One of these days we'll figure out a game that we can play on Twitch together. If we could Twitch stream that Star Trek game,
Oh my God.
I think it would just be a matter of me being able to get the game. Just buying the game.
And you just Twitch stream it, and we'll just play with
channel. I mean, the Checkpoint XP guys want to let us come do it in their studio.
Right.
A way to set up. Oh, I don't know, because then we need
the PlayStation.
A lot of PlayStations.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be hard to probably do a stream like that. And then I don't know that I could actually help you guys navigate the Starship Enterprise and also hit the buttons with my fingers.
Play with the buttons.
Yeah, like I'm multi-talented, but I don't know if I'm that multi-talented.
All right, let me see what I got to talk about here for the last segments. That's done. The dishes are done.
Dishes are done, man. Anybody in the Twitch stream know what movie that's from? Let's see if they answer. Judging by Al's blank stare, I don't think he knows.
I'm not 100%. This sounds vaguely familiar, but
Nate's sending us cats.
Oh, yeah.
Cats, yeah. Thanks, Nate.
I love it. I love it. I'm sorry we covered up your cat over here.
Yeah, Checkpoint XP, if you subscribe to their channel, you get some cool emotes. You get emotes, I believe, from all the guys on the show.
Yep.
And I think a couple of the guys' cats, if I'm not mistaken.
Excellent.
So if you want some cat emojis to use on Twitch.
What in the world is that? That dude Tank, tell me what in the world those emojis are. I have no idea what is that. It looks like some kind of Disney character. I don't know.
Describe it.
It looks like some kind of like a red-headed furry. Like a Disney character or something. Yeah, it's like a anthropomorphic, animal of some sort. Uncle Bubs. I don't know who Uncle Bubs is. I'm gonna tweet or I'm gonna Google Uncle Bubs right now.
Hey, Killed in Action, drop some Who the F is JC Wowzers in the chat. I want to show off.
Hey, what's up?
That's me in an awful costume.
Oh, that's you. Okay. That makes some sense. Then.
I'm not.
In that case, Joe, you look great.
Yeah, we did a bit with the listeners that if they got like 50 reviews on our podcast or something like that for Halloween, I would dress up as my least favorite video game character of all time. So
is it Bubsy?
It is Bubsy.
Okay.
It is.
All right. See, now I'm connecting the dots.
Yeah. Now it comes together. So Robbie actually had the joy of putting that costume together for me.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. It was a good time.
you sound so enthused about it.
Well, I'm glad it's been immortalized and that I can live on forever as Bubsy.
What number is your camera there, Joe?
4.
The only thing I can think that we can do for Nerd Radio is if enough people subscribe on a Wednesday afternoon, maybe James will wear his thong.
Oh, I don't think it'll take very much convincing of that.
No, probably not.
No.
We just got to be careful because there's some stuff you can't show on Twitch.
That's true.
I'm sure you found
manly body.
Oh, that's right.
I've already been banned. I've already got a 24-hour ban on Twitch.
Banned. So, oh my God! Didn't you have to
thanks.
put on some nipple tape or something?
Yeah. So now if I go on stream and I'm in my man thong, I have to tape up my nipples.
Really?
But the thong is okay.
So between the man thong and your chest showing, they had the problem with the nipples.
Well, yeah, because you really couldn't see like my cheeks or anything like that.
Yeah,
You saw mostly my man breasts, but I also had some rubber dongs in the background. So I'm not quite sure what exactly the ban was for, and Twitch isn't really like getting involved to let me know what the issue was.
Well, I like to picture the poor guy who was just there, like just everything. No, absolutely not.
Picture, right.
And that might be what the problem was.
That's what James lives for is to do that
true.
to whoever's YouTube, Instagram, whatever.
Is a badge of honor.
Yeah, exactly. What was it? You got unbanned. Oh, it was one of your Facebook posts I saw last Friday.
Yes, I got justice on Facebook.
You got unbanned.
I posted a video back in the day. I was trying to launch this thing called AmericanShocker.com, which was like a sticker and like a little hat pin of a shocker hand symbol, but with an American flag motif on it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I went out in my backyard and I tried to film this crazy, weird video of me in a man thong waving this flag and lighting a sparkler. Well, it was taking me a long time to light the sparkler, and the lighter got real hot. And I didn't realize it got hot, but I was like, I don't want to drop this lighter on the ground because it's wet, and I might need to do another take.
Right.
So I slid it into my man thong, and it burned my nuts. So I'm literally like in my backyard, ripping the man thong down, exposing myself, and then I immediately realized I might have a viral video on my hand. So I ran in, I had to talk to Jason, the phone screener, because he edits the Peep Show stuff. He knows how to edit video much better than I do.
Right.
And I was like, dude, do you think you could censor a video?
I've got a video of my dick. Can you do something with this?
Exactly. That's exactly what I did. He declined.
What level of concern did he have that he was going to have to see your dick to then edit your dick?
He was not happy about it.
I was going to say, that was the right decision to say, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he would rather not. So then I just found like a YouTube video on how to do it in Premiere.
I don't know, James. I don't even really want to have lunch with you after the show.
Oh, no.
But Jason, it's my dick. I just need you to blur it out so I can sell this to some
I don't know,
company.
man. I'm just a simple Jewish man answering phones. Is that about how the conversation went?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
James, I only know a little bit about you, but I can't help but notice a recurring theme with the man thong.
Yes. No, I'm a man-thong enthusiast.
Yeah.
It started, so when Dave and Chuck were on a different radio station, they did the Speedo challenge.
Okay.
So they got me a Speedo. They had me go to all these different places to see if people would still help me, like Target, Meijer, different grocery stores.
If
in
you
the
were
area,
wearing a Speedo.
in a Speedo,
Yeah.
and see if they would still help me as a customer. So then the show came over to the Beasley Studios here. We started here, and like, well, what if we try the same experiment but in a thong? So ever since then, I've just been a man-thong enthusiast.
Well, I mean, it is a weird absence that it says no shirt, no shoes, no service, but never mention anything about pants.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
You can Winnie the Pooh right in there.
Yeah. What percentage of stores would you say still helped you?
Everybody but Target.
Well, what a bunch of prudes.
Yep, Target kicked me right the hell out. Like, instantly.
They were having none of it.
As soon as you came in the door.
You're not a
Yep.
middle-aged woman. We're going to have to ask you to leave.
Exactly. No, I like walk in and I'm like, hey, I'm like waving at the customer service. I'm like, hey guys, hey, I'm looking for some pants. And like the manager would just happen to be back there and he walks right up. He's like, you got to get out of here.
You got to go, man.
He's like, very funny, but get out of here.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, I think I'm getting kicked out of Target right now.
We can't deal with this.
I mean, to be
Getting
fair,
kicked
I've seen the people who shop at Walmart. It's probably not the weirdest thing they see there.
Oh, God, no.
People of Walmart.
You're
I've
on-
appeared on the website
Yeah.
twice. I'm a 2-time appearance on People of Walmart. So
Wonderful.
That can go on any resume, really.
That's right.
That's right. Joe, you gonna stick around for the end of Nerd Radio here?
Yeah, I'll stick around for a bit.
All right, cool. I don't know if the subject matter will be something. I know that when we had Nate on, we were talking about comic book stuff. He's like, I got nothing about this, but
I know comics. I'm good with that.
we'll find out. At least we'll get your opinion on stuff.
Sure.
All right, we're back with a little bit more Nerd Radio for you on the podcast page, WRAF.com, on Boston.
Rock929rocks.com.
Thank you very much. And James, we're on the Twitch stream on Wednesdays.
yes, twitch.tv/checkpointxp.
I like that you guys. I like that I can point to you guys and you have jobs now.
Yeah.
Feels
yeah.
weird. I'm like, oh no.
I know.
What if I forget my line? You know, we got,
My line. What's
we got
my
Joe.
line?
Joe sitting in here. I'm like, what if I botch up the website, the
Right.
address for the channel that he works on?
Well, I'm fairly
And he's-
certain. I've seen Nate in the chat already, and Joe is joining us
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Checkpoint XP. So I'm fairly certain they've been watching ever since we hit their Twitch stream, just to
We
see
have.
what they're into.
Yeah, they're very concerned.
Yeah,
Right,
I just-
very concerned.
Just, you know.
And
gotta-
Nate's
gotta
like,
see-
where's my cat?
Yeah, you know, we just got to see what we're getting ourselves into. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think you guys done a great job, honestly. So.
Well, we appreciate that you guys are letting us drive Mom and Dad's Ferrari, as we like to put it.
As soon as we leave, they're like, we gotta have a meeting about these new video games.
Yeah. How can we
We're going to come up here next week and the door's going to be locked. All right, guys, ready? Clonk.
how can we
Ah,
gently put to them that they are no longer welcome?
Well,
Man, you know how nice it is to have content on this channel that we don't have to plan, edit, and perform?
we don't plan any of
Sure.
this.
Well, sure. Hey, whatever.
know
we don't
what?
plan half the stuff we do. It's cool.
And only Chuck edits.
You know what? That's how Nerd Radio came into being anyways. It was content that the person involved did not have to plan, edit, or perform.
There you
They're
go.
like,
Yeah.
That's all there is.
Sure, go ahead. So that's how I've gotten 5 years of Nerd Radio out of doing it.
I can't believe we've been doing it for 5 years.
It's got to be at least 5 years. I was just thinking because National Radio Day was yesterday, so we're everybody's posting on social media and stuff like that, and I always have to go back. I went to Specs in 2011, so my internship was the summer of 2011. So I've been here about 8 years. I've been on the air. I think Nerd Radio was literally about 5 years ago.
It's crazy how many people in this building went to Specs, by the way.
Oh,
Because like if you mention it, like I'm like, oh yeah, I was in Specs 2014. You'll like hear like 3 people like pop out of marketing, like, oh yeah, I was there.
Oh
yeah, I think I heard you're reading spots for Specs, I think.
I did read a spot for Specs just the other
I'm hearing
day.
your
Yeah,
commercials in the morning.
2006 over here.
Yeah, there you go.
2014.
There you go.
So I'm the odd man out.
Yeah.
You
Wayne
went to
State
college.
University, man. Wayne State University. I got a degree in how to use a video camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I dropped out of college before I went to Specs. So, I mean, does that count?
Yeah, no, same here.
Yeah. Oh man, my parents were thrilled after 7 years at U of M, where I was like, you know what?
No.
I know I'm only like 10 credits away from graduating, but
Yeah, you know what else doesn't drop out is the debt.
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't. I'm still remembering that to this day.
Yeah,
Follows you around a little bit.
yeah. Well, you almost completed college. You did, and we just went to talking school.
Yep, talking school.
Talking school.
I wonder if Specs Howard to let us call it talking school.
I don't know. I do.
See, I didn't even go for radio. I tried to go for radio. I wanted to do the broadcast program, and literally the person there was like, why?
They do. There's a guy at Specs Howard that lets you know. It's like, there is no money in radio.
So they got me put in the digital media arts program, and I've come to find out later that I was the one who got it over being enough people in the class to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so you didn't actually have a problem with the broadcast media program. You just needed to get the digital media arts program running. Got it.
I'll be honest. So
But it all worked out for everybody.
whenever somebody tells me that they want to get into radio, it ends up being like the scene from Billy Madison with the fat kid. I can't wait to go to high school. He grabs him like, stay here. Stay
Where
as
it's
long
safe.
as you can.
Squeezing those chubby cheeks.
Right.
It's like, what are you thinking now?
Well, speaking about debt, let's talk about
Speaking of debt,
let's talk about some.
welcome
debt.
to radio.
Welcome to radio. I told you guys right after San Diego Comic-Con that they Hasbro is wanting to release a Unicron, the giant planet from Transformers that transforms into a giant like 2-foot dude. They're doing it as part of their HasLab program where you have to. It's like a Kickstarter. Enough people have to contribute enough money, and then they will make this thing.
How many dollars did you kickstart them?
Nothing, because this 2-foot dude is about $575.
Oh my gosh.
Way out of my price range. Way out. Looks amazing. I'll never own one. But they needed 8,000 backers, and they are 10 days away, and they have 2,800. I don't think Unicron's getting made.
No, I don't think so. I mean, listen, man. A 2-foot Unicron. When I was a kid, I had the little like 6-inch Dinobot, and I couldn't transform that thing. Who on earth is going to be able to do the 2-foot Unicron?
Yeah, no, you definitely hit kind of a point of diminishing returns with Transformers, where like when they made the movie and they made all the movie guys that had to look exactly like they did in the movie, and then also like exactly like the car that they're supposed to be, like those things took a half an hour to figure out, and that's coming from somebody who has a lot of these stupid things.
It's a goddamn Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. No, it's essentially that's the joy of the toy.
That's really what a Transformer is. It's a Rubik's Cube that can like save the day.
It's a it's a 3D puzzle.
It's like the worst hero ever.
Wasn't there a Rubik's Cube cartoon back in the 90s?
I hope not.
I swear there was.
I grew up watching cartoons in the 90s, and I saw a lot of hot garbage, but I don't remember that.
No, this was an 80s thing. Okay, hold on. I'm Googling this. Rubik's Cube cartoon.
Chuck's on the Google machine.
Cartoon.
What is that buzzing?
I don't
Is
know.
there a
I hear
buzzing?
it too. I thought it was just my headphones.
No, I turned mine down because it was so loud.
I hope I didn't break something. I slammed my hands down.
I got nothing. Yes, Rubik the Amazing Cube.
I unplugged
cartoon
those because I assumed they were somebody's that I didn't want to get my ear sweat on them.
Yeah, I know. I did the same thing over here.
All right, hold on. Here you go.
The buzzing has gone away.
It's lighter.
This is a low-res video of Rubik the Amazing Cube.
Oh, I kind of thought you were kidding.
Nope.
Wonder how many copyright violations we're
See, he's got
Yeah.
a little face. You have to finish the cube, and then he comes alive.
Oh my God.
Now he's
He poops on you and you shoot up in the air?
he said, "My name is Rubik." There you go. I knew I remembered that
I'm
properly.
not gonna lie, I would probably watch that.
At least
If
once.
I'm in the right state of mind, if you get my drift.
At least once.
Yeah.
Just to check it out.
Yeah.
Man, what a rabbit hole we gone down with Rubik the Amazing Cube. Yeah. So long story short, I don't think anybody's going to be getting a Unicron at those prices.
I mean, at what price would you be willing to get a Unicron?
Well, okay, they over the last 4 or 5 years, they'll release a big guy every year for about $150. Like they've got Devastator, the construction vehicles that turn into a big dude. They've got the Autobot City and the Decepticon City, Metroplex and Trypticon, and they release at about $150. However, I know especially
you guys know a lot of Transformers characters. I know Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. You guys like all these all Idiocron and Supercron and Microcron and
we get it. You watch the Michael Bay movies. We get it.
Yeah, exactly.
But Trypticons actually, there's that Ollie's, that like discount
discount
retailer or
store,
something like that.
It's like a Five Below.
You can get Trypticons at Ollie's for about $50. Like they made too many of them.
Yeah.
So it's, it's a thing. Toys are expensive as hell now.
Listen, I've bought some stupid crap over the years for more money than I probably should have spent on it. Like I had one for like a long time, like the Lego Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah,
that thing was expensive as hell.
Yeah,
I was like,
did you put it all together?
Oh, of course I did.
How long did it take?
A summer.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Like it was like
I spent my summer vacation.
Yeah, it was like every rainy day over the summer. It was like, okay, time to work on the Millennium Falcon. Like that was growing up in the 90s, basically.
Yeah, because that book is like this thick. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, it's horrific. Yeah.
I like the idea of doing one of those big Lego projects, but I know I would never see it through. So
right.
Yeah, you fall in love with the concept of it, not so much actually. Yeah,
like I'll walk by
on
it and go like, oh, well, that's a reasonable price, which it's not.
Yeah.
But I know. It's the same thing that kept me from buying a uniform at the Star Trek convention.
Right.
I really want a uniform, but I'm like, I would never wear this, not even to a convention.
Well, and that's it. Like the Michigan Comic Con was over the weekend. And there's always stuff you see at a convention. There's convention prices and there's actual price. And there's stuff you see is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's a better deal. Like I did see some Transformers there that at the moment are out of my price range, but are on my want list. That I was like, oh man, it's only $100 instead of $150, but I can't afford that today.
A savings of $50.
Right.
That's why I bought my Big D. It was a better price.
True. Yeah, for sure.
Cheap D.
You got the Big D at a bargain price. Huh? You got a bargain price, Big D.
That's right.
That's how you got to get them.
Got to bargain that D.
Speaking of Star Trek, you were telling me that you went to the Henry Ford.
I did.
And checked out that the Star Trek thing that they've got going on there.
Yeah, they got the exhibit there at the Henry Ford here, and it's only got like another week left, unfortunately. But that's the thing. I was running out of time. It was there all summer,
right?
And I went, and it was cool. I mean, there was a lot of uniforms on display. They had like a miniature bridge for the original series. They had a section of Jeffrey's tube that you could crawl through if you wanted to.
That's cool.
But they also
Jeffrey's tube.
Yeah, pretty much. That's basically their just duct system that they crawl through on the ship. But they also had like filming models. So like they had the biggest D there, and it was pretty cool. And it's so funny when you look at it.
The biggest D's in my pants.
James,
back
everybody.
down.
Please tell me you cut to yourself.
Absolutely, I cut to myself.
He thought of the joke. He knew what the cut would needed to be.
That's why the delay before the joke was. That's why I was like, incorrect. Let me time this out to make sure the camera's on me. Yeah, okay, looking good. The big D's in my pants, Al.
Joe, are you feeling any regrets yet about this whole Twitch situation?
You got to understand the history that I come from with performing on Twitch. This is far from like we had a bit that we did ended up like with me like tearing like wax strips off my thighs.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a bit we did on air at one point. Yeah. This is nothing new.
All right. Well,
I'm going to introduce my friend Chris sometime, who literally, if we told him we want you to come back, but you're not allowed to make dick jokes anymore, like he would literally just flip us off and walk away.
Yeah, he's got nothing then.
It's like, okay, well, I can't perform then.
I can't. Well, that's unfortunate.
No dick jokes, can't perform.
Yeah.
Can't perform without your D.
Henry Ford Museum.
Henry Ford.
Star Trek.
The classy
exhibit.
and wonderful Henry
Right.
Ford. But no, like what was really cool about the filming models was when you're kind of standing there looking at it, it looks like it's just like really, I don't know, it's somehow lacking. I mean, it's like the size is wonderful. It's a nice big D, but like
Just the way I like them.
just the way it's painted and everything else is like you're like I don't know. But then I look back at the pictures I took of it, and it looks like you would expect from TV. So it's just kind of funny how I'm like they obviously know they've got a lot of experience how to how it will show up on camera differently than standing in front of it.
Right.
But they had a Borg cube filming model.
Oh, neat.
From First Contact, which was really cool because that was super detailed, like all the little grooves and stuff in it. No, it was a cool exhibit.
What's a Borg look like?
A Borg, those are the like half human, half they got all
The cyborg people.
the cyborg people.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So,
And then you posted a picture of they have an original Game Boy, in a display.
Yeah, I know. I did. I was kind of saying about the convention in Vegas. If you're only a casual fan of Star Trek, it might not be worth your time. I think Chuck, you are just enough that you probably would enjoy the convention.
Right.
But even that, it's like I don't know. You got to fly out there and get a hotel and all that stuff. I don't know. But at least this, you've got the rest of the Henry Ford. You can go walk through and look at, giant steam engine trains and whatever else. And they had like a through the decades. You could walk through the decades, which was really cool to go through there. But then you get to like the 80s, the 90s, and I looked at a Game Boy.
Oh, I don't like that.
I know. I was like, no. I was like, a Game Boy is a museum piece.
Yeah, I don't like anything that I used as a child being in a museum now.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Son of a bitch!
Does the Henry Ford weird you out at all? Like when you like go through and you're like, oh, and this is the chair that Lincoln was assassinated, and you're like, why can I still see the blood stain? The theater didn't think to clean that.
Right?
It's historical.
I guess. I'm just saying you could have cleaned it and then like drawn the stain back in with wine, and I don't think anyone would complain.
Because like back
Maybe
then,
they did.
The president died in this chair. This is going to be like a national like relic. We should just leave it intact,
right?
Not clean it. Because I feel like back then they're still all about profit. This is an open seat in the theater. We still got to sell tickets.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Someone's going to want to
sell tickets.
We can double the ticket price. Sit in the chair that Lincoln died in.
Dude,
Hamilton's here next week.
Dude, I'd have been an awful employee back then because that would have just been like, oh God, the president. I'm gonna have to clean that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if that makes me a bad employee.
Somebody killed the president again.
Yeah. Sorry, I'd be a great employee and a terrible American.
Right. Because you would clean it, you'd just be like, ugh.
Like most people these days.
Man, this is so inconvenient to me.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if this is sensitive information, Joe. How old are you?
30.
30? Okay. Then I've only got a decade on you because I was like, if you're upset about a Game Boy being in a museum piece, boy, have I got news for you.
Yeah, no, I got a Game Boy when I was 4.
Yeah,
that was good times. Yeah, apparently I was a wuss about getting my shots, and my mom's like, "If you'll just shut up and get your shots, I'll get you a Game Boy."
that's a good exchange.
Apparently, I
is a pretty good
whined
exchange.
just enough. Apparently,
Yeah, I don't
If
know.
you want to live and get this immunization, hey,
If you want
I'll give you a Game Boy.
yeah, but when you're 4, you don't really like understand the idea of like, hey, how do you feel about whooping cough?
Right, that's true.
It's funny because for me, all I got was like an ice cream or like a trip to Red Lobster.
Wait,
Red
you were big on Red Lobster when you were 4?
Oh yeah, I believe so. 4? I don't know.
I don't know. They've had cheddar biscuits the whole time. So
No, they used to just be like Texas toast. I remember the Texas toast days, and I distinctly remember the transition from Texas toast to Cheddar Bay biscuits.
It was a big moment in James' life.
because it was
Very formative.
It was mind blowing the change of how delicious you go from Texas toast to Cheddar Bay biscuits.
We had a bit we did a while back where we were doing a podcast and we had nothing to talk about. Like we could not find anything gaming related.
welcome to Nerd Radio.
Yeah. Well, so we're trying to figure out like we're like an hour before the show. We're like, damn, what do we talk about? And we see an article that is going through how to appropriately like gorge yourself on Cheddar Bay biscuits, like how to like get the most out of all you can eat at Red Lobster.
This is really like Kobayashi or something.
So we did an entire hour-long podcast literally just reading through and making fun of this article, and then we found out that Robbie had never had Cheddar Bay biscuits before, and
Robbie,
that
what are
was
you doing?
that was upsetting. Like I feel like
I have
he's
never
only
had
half-
them.
What? How have you not had Cheddar Bay biscuits, Al?
Is this a specific Red Lobster thing?
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can
Then
have
that
Red
would be
Lobster.
why I don't like seafood.
Then go eat Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Okay, well,
Don't eat the seafood.
I've never even met a Red Lobster.
Unfortunately, as someone who is lactose intolerant, I also have never
Well,
had
you've got
the
an
ambrosia
excuse.
of Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Ambrosia.
But I love Red Lobster.
Lactose intolerance has to be the most ignored medical condition on the planet. You're telling me you've never like just gone for it?
No, not for Cheddar Bay biscuits.
I like that though. The
I've-
most ignored medical.
I have decided. There have been days where it's like, well, I already feel like crap. This pizza is like either going to kill me or be worth it.
I like
so
the
And
idea.
either way, it's worthwhile.
the hell with it.
I like how it pretty much just came out and said, "So have you ever just pooped your pants?"
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The answer is yes.
we run a classy show here. I do like the idea of being intolerance intolerant. Like
Yeah.
just not accepting it. Like,
Right.
No, I don't tolerate my lactose intolerance.
Exactly.
That's you know
Exactly.
what? That's garbage, is what that is.
Right.
If I drink enough milk, my body
not gluten.
Exactly. My body will either kill me or it'll get over it. And either way,
Or-
I'm gonna have my milk.
Or I'll be on the bathroom floor in the fetal position,
could
wishing I
you
was
could say
dead.
the same thing about drinking bleach. This might kill me. If I have just a small enough
Maybe.
amount.
I don't know.
If we fill a Tide Pod with ice cream and give it to him,
We won't know what killed him.
Let's-
They actually
Either way,
make
Chuck is
something
dead.
similar to that. A Tide Pod filled with ice cream. They
Yeah.
sell these things. I think it's like a Japanese ice cream. That
Yeah.
You can get at Kroger.
Well,
And they're like me. They start with an M.
And it has bleach in it?
Exactly. Well, no, it's an actual like dessert. But when
It's
you said a
mochi.
Tide Pod filled mochi, yeah.
mochi,
mochi.
yeah.
Okay.
Mochi's just ice cream in Japan.
I've always
Right.
described it as like an ice cream pierogi, but
That's
I like
pretty much
the
what
Tide
it is.
Pod description better.
Yeah. No, well, I'll say yours is safer. I think mochi would be definitely a safer thing for him to try than a Tide Pod filled with ice cream.
Well, at the end of the day, if you force feed ice cream to Chuck here, it's going to be your job, Joe, to clean that chair before it gets submitted to the Smithsonian.
Does that count as assault?
As the
if you make a lactose intolerant person eat like ice cream, is that assault?
I mean, I guess it depends on how you make them eat it.
That's fair.
If it's like roofing the lactose intolerant person, then there's legal action that can be taken. For sure.
What way am I allowed to force you to eat it?
I'm real uncomfortable with this conversation. I feel like plans are being made.
It got real date rapey with the ice cream Tide Pod poison thing.
Any of you guys offer me any food I'm not familiar with, I think I'm going to say no.
While we're not regretting having like these two brands meet, I can bet that there are some higher ups in this company that are maybe like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
it's like when you have the two problem children in class and the teacher separates you. You're like, no, you guys are not sitting together again.
That's these two.
They're like, well, it's more like I think these shows combined are too powerful.
Yeah,
Let's keep them separated.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of a good movie.
How many viewers do we have on Twitch again? 12.
There's a
That's
couple.
that Twitch power of ours.
There's a couple. We've added some. Let's see, 6, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're up to 16. Right?
Hey!
I'm sure if we stick around in here, then we'll get real close to 20.
It's better than some of my streams when I stream on Fridays.
Yeah.
So
I think that's gonna do it. You had the timer up, and I think that's enough for this week's Nerd Radio.
Sure.
For the podcast.
That's enough.
That's Al's way to tap out.
That's enough. So thank you, Joe, for joining us. Make
Thanks,
sure
Joe.
you guys join him along with the rest of the Checkpoint XP guys on their Twitch stream, twitch.tv.
TP would be a different website.
It's true.
It's a less appropriate website.
This is why that's James's job.
That's why it's James's job. To give
Twitch.tv/checkpointxp. You guys, you stream every day,
Every
right?
day, Monday through Friday, 1 to 6. The actual Checkpoint XP daily show is from 4 to 6.
Right. And you guys all have side shows too. Which one is yours?
God, yeah. I do The Other Identity with Robbie, where we talk, comic culture, geek culture. We do that every Thursday. Today, I know we've got Low Team Damage going on, which is an Overwatch talk show. So, yeah, tons of different shows happening throughout the week.
Yep. Check them out on, is it checkpointxp.com?
That's the website.
And, of course, follow us on social media at Nerd Radio 101. And, download our podcast. Even if you watch the Twitch stream, there's some bells and whistles you didn't get to hear that you get to hear on the podcast.
3 of them. You missed 3.
At least 3 of them. There's some DMX that
Fancy
goes on in
sound
there.
effects and some music beds.
There's a little thing at the end of every show that's usually whatever
that's
we're, just BSing.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week with some more Nerd Radio. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Thanks, everybody, for...
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here. We're done. That's a show.
Yeah. Everything stop now.